viewers, and welcome to the President's Diary, a program that is designed to bridge the communication gap between the presidency and the public, as well as highlight the president's engagement in pursuit of the goals and aspirations of the National Development Plan. And in this episode, we will bring you activities of the president in the month of October. Stay with me, and I am your presenter, Zainab Fall. To begin, here is a quick roundup of the Meet the People store by Modunyang.
President Barrow's 2021 constitutionally mandated Meet the People store took him 17 days across the country to dialogue and assess the impact of his government's policies and programs on the lives of the people. The tour was punctuated with frank discussions as well as the launch of several development projects. President Barrow's message was consistent throughout the tour, urging Gambians to support his development agenda. He highlighted the numerous development initiatives his government has undertaken since coming into office. During the tour, President Barrow laid the foundation for several health facilities across the country. In addition, the President also laid the foundation for the expansion of the School of Community Health Nursing in Mansakonko, LRR, and the School of State Enrolled Nurses in Bansang, CRR. Making healthcare accessible to all Gambians is an important component of President Barrow's development blueprint, the National Development Plan. So far, the government has spent more than $350 million on medical equipment, as well as the construction of 18 health posts and the foundation for 6 health centers across the country. This is in addition to the launching of the community ambulance service across the country. Additionally, the President announced the building of a major hospital in Farato with the capacity of 1,500 beds, more than double the size of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. In all the regions, the people hailed President Barrow for addressing most of their concerns while appealing for the government to do more in the areas of roads, water, and electricity.
Shortly after returning from the tour, His Excellency President Adama Barrow received the second batch of 25 community ambulances at a ceremony held at the Makati Square in Banjul. The President emphasized that the health sector requires a joint effort to progress. He went on to say that it gives him great joy to respond to the people's needs as their chosen leader.
I am very, very pleased, and I'm very happy to be part of this very important ceremony. As I always said, if you are elected president, it is a social contract between you and the population. The contract is to impact on the life of the people, to change the life of the people in a very positive way. And I think these ambulances will go a long way in helping the people in the communities.
The President also gave a 30-seater bus and a double cabin pickup to the Community Health Nursing School in Mansakonko, as well as 2 16-seater and a 15-seater buses to the School of State Enrolled Nurses in Bansang, as promised during the Meet the People tour.
For the health nurses, I think it is just 1 week that they requested for support, mobility, to help them to be mobile. And we responded positively. Today, we are here, a ceremony with the minister and the ministry and his team to support the health nurses. As the minister said, I think we have to build capacity in this country. And it cannot happen one day. But we have to create an environment so that it will be conducive enough for them to do their courses and also support the health sector. We are calling on the nurses that are training, be serious with your schooling. Government is here to support you, create the environment so that you'll be very comfortable in your learning processes and you continue to work for this country and develop this country.
It is the President's Diary. Daily, like I always said, we go where the president goes and bring you stories of his development projects, stories of the policies and programs that his government is rolling and the impact that they are having on the lives of ordinary Gambians.
This is the Basse Bridge. It connects Basse on the south side and Wuli on the north side of the river. Today is a very historic day for the people of Basse because for decades or even centuries, they've been struggling to cross either side of the river with ferries or canoes. His Excellency President Adama Barrow is here in Basse today to inaugurate the 4 bridges that connects the URR. This is the flagship project of His Excellency the President, and he's very proud of this project, and the people of Basse are very happy to have these roads and bridges here to make traveling easy for everyone in this region.
So this project is a very, very, very important project, and it is important to highlight that it is a campaign promise of President Barrow. When he came into office, the first thing he did was to consult partners, and China, as we all know, is one of Gambia's most viable development partners. So the result of that cooperation between the People's Republic of China and the Gambia is what led to this landmark inauguration that we are witnessing here today.
Zainab, you were here in 2018 when the president came to lay the foundation for the Basse Roads and Bridges project. Can you take us down memory lane of how the atmosphere was at that time, and now today we are here that he's coming to inaugurate this project for the people of Basse and the URR in general?
Yamari, this is quite a historic and a memorable day. I can remember in 2018 when we came here for the laying of the foundation, the euphoria, the mood was that of a dream being realized. The people of Basse, the people of URR, especially those in the Woolies, have long awaited for this dream, and thanks to the Barrow administration, the dream is being realized. So this 50-kilometer road and of course the 4 bridges that connects the south and the north of URR, it's a very important project. One can say it is one of the major infrastructure developments of the Barrow administration. And as we will see later from the testimonies of other people about how they feel and the impact of this project on their lives.
Alhamdulillah tige ngalada ora alla tigo ora alla mama o hay birijin kamalenki angana irini Basse o kugana gili dia ko bata pangana ri Basse sabu nyimu sikki sabun kunnani ibe wala sanna nin tolbe bokandi abun kana jang sabun kunnani be wala sanna Basse ni futa doro isi ya la fengol ku ni me ku ni ke ma yeje do rabe baylale asa fo e ibutamin badi sani sinku ngam pare ninkema ngambulol mutanganan tekem okuntanga gollo duganeri okuntanga nelangollo duganeri Adama Barrow gatoda dugane hae
nde nafoore nde men heɓi ɗo e Adama Barrow laamu gila fuɗɗi jawara ko men heɓi ɗo e nde nafoore ɗo men meeɗande heɓude sabuna yeyno ɗo duuɓi no gasi ɗiɗi yawtino ɓaawo ɗo sa arino saare ngay ɗo sa arino dande mayo ɗo ko ɗo walata sa yoɓani capanɗe jeeɗiɗi a heɓata oto naɓuɗoma hay saare ngay minen kay sona miɗen weltani Adama Barrow golle makko ɗe yo Allah nawrumo yeeso ha abada sona miɗen welti minen wulli saare ngay ɗo sa immike ɗo hande aray ɗo sooda mafeji ma min ko joni mi ari koye motocycle mi ari joni mi wona ɗo ha jaɓɓo wela mi ha mi dara ko foti mi immo mi hoota mi sooda mafeji am fo mi hoota ñande fo ñande kono mi watta te hande ɗo wattu fo immiɗa a yahay saare ngay eyyi sona miɗo weltani Adama Barrow ni koye hoore pon he mi dari min Sununu Diallo ko saare ngay mi jeeya ko ɗon kadi mi jibina
ndal wullin ko lu ngala tentu baake nga Adama Barrow tentu nga jeyi ñin salola kente ladulato ani ñin silola do konte ladulato ngala tentu wala baakele a kontano sembo wartambalo kon la baake Adama Barrow alam palaso la faala e tarin nim mota tiebe nar nen kay nda jigila na bada ma fa ko nyahani sila o bulata le meta salo le ka kay salo ako ha kay na bula ba ko na ako nyahani sila o bantale ba ko na bulo o da faatale silang idini la kane me ka bula je ko no da faatale sasa to la sasa o be Allah taala man solo bulo ko no bara la sonde ndiro Adama Barrow yo dindale ay ambulance dinna silo do ku ta salo do ku ta be kontanere mbe se wari alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
In his address, President Barrow described the roads and bridges projects in the URR as the dawn of a new era in the country's infrastructural development.
Today, I feel greatly honored and elated to inaugurate the new URR roads and bridges. The occasion highlights the historic realization of a people's dream, and the project marks a huge national infrastructure development and a major milestone in the implementation process of the 2018-2021 National Development Plan. With the completion of the Basse-Koina Road, the main trunk roads of our national highway are now successfully developed to standard. This main highway stretches from the west coast to the eastern region and runs along the entire north and south banks of the country. Notably, the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation FOCAC provided the People's Republic of China and the Gambia a vital platform for partnership and collaboration to deepen and strengthen understanding, friendship and cooperation between the two countries. The PRC embassy staff, the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, the National Roads Authority, the Ministry of Local Government, the Governor, URR, NAWEC, GAMTEL, and the residents of the region played their roles very well. The results of their collaboration is the successful and timely delivery of the project. Hearty congratulations to all of you.
Viewers, you are watching the President's Diary, brought to you by the Media and Communications Unit at the Office of the President. While in URR, the President also inaugurated the new secondary block at his alma mater at the Kobakunda School in Basse. My colleague Yamari was on the ground and she shares the history of the transformation that has taken place and what it means to the President.
This is Kobakunda Lower and Upper Basic School. This is the same school that President Barrow went to from 1976 to 1981. And what we are witnessing here today is that this building right here behind me is being inaugurated by the President because the school is being expanded from a lower upper to a senior secondary school. This initiative is by the Gambian government with support from the MRC Holland Foundation. And we all know how President Barrow is eager in improving the education sector in the country in line with the National Development Plan 2018 to 2021.
President Barrow expressed his impression of the current conditions of the school, saying when he first visited the school a few years ago, it was in a very bad shape.
In comparison, it is delightful to see immense improvements in the school and a sharp contrast to the Kobakunda of yesteryears. The expansion includes the upper basic and senior secondary components, makes the developments quite exceptional. Kobakunda is no longer the primary school it was, but a comprehensive school with solid structures, impressive facilities, modern equipment, and up-to-date instructional materials. As we make history today, let us feel proud and confidently believe that we are paving career paths for many more prominent Gambians. This is particularly true for the youth of URR. Various stakeholders contributed to the renovation and upgrading of the school. Foremost among them are the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education and her team for their management roles and inputs. Madam Sonko, coordinator of MRC Holland, is a formidable partner. Her organization funded the construction of the school and provided a range of useful items for the science and technical fields.
Viewers, let's now take a look at another major development in the country's electricity sector with the inauguration of the OMVG infrastructure in the Gambia and the Soma substation in particular. President Barrow hosted two presidents from the OMVG member countries, His Excellency Macky Sall of Senegal, His Excellency Umaru Sissoco Embalo of Guinea-Bissau, as well as a high delegation from Guinea for the grand inauguration. The four West African countries came together with the same dream and vision to manage their shared resources with the ability to generate electricity. The ultimate purpose of the OMVG Energy Project is to contribute to the socio-economic development of the organization's member countries by improving people's access to energy. Its goal is to facilitate energy commerce and improve the quality of electricity supply in OMVG member countries by delivering affordable, renewable, and clean energy. Thousands of enthusiasts descended on Soma for this massive leap in the country's drive towards universal access to electricity. In his address, the visibly excited President Barrow described the project as one that will continue to strengthen the relations and it's meant the bond of solidarity among member countries. Here's an excerpt of his speech.
I am filled with joy and singularly honored to welcome very warmly our honored guests who travel long distances to attend the inauguration of the OMVG Soma Electrical Interconnection Substation. The special welcome they received from the residents of the area demonstrates that they are among genuine friends, brothers and sisters. I urge them, therefore, to feel at home. Ladies and gentlemen, people say that we reap what we sow. Others prefer to assert that hard work pays. This occasion affirms these words of wisdom. 3 years ago, we gathered here to mark the beginning of the Gambia's ambition OMVG electricity project. After 3 years of hard work and patience, we are here to celebrate the successful completion of that groundbreaking project and to reap the fruits of our joint efforts and investments. Indeed, we have come finally to inaugurate the Soma substation. At the national level, the OMVG project is part of my government's policy and goal of generating sufficient energy for national use and ensuring access to electricity countrywide. Quite clearly, the project is an additional link in this vital development scheme. In pursuing our target of providing energy for all by 2025, the Gambia government continues to pay special attention to those in the rural area. This guided the selection of Soma for the location of the substation.
Earlier this month, President Adama Barrow launched an initiative that is aimed at addressing the rural-urban disparities. The initiative, which is still in its early stages and is sponsored by the Gambia government, is under the Department of Strategic Policy and Delivery at the Office of the President in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. The Program for Accelerated Community Development, PACD, aims to close the gap between urban and rural communities by providing potable water, improve road connectivity, energy, and food security. President Barrow said in his launching statement that the project is very close to his heart and was created out of genuine concern for Gambians who, he said, have been suffering for far too long.
This ceremony is prompted by sincere regard for our people and their well-being. Like every journey, development is a process of planning and a chain of coordinated actions determined by need or necessity. To respond to the people's development needs and to enable them to satisfy their necessities, development must be people-centered and people-driven. Thus, at government level, it is essential to continually ask questions such as what needs to be done as a matter of urgency and priority. How fast must action be taken? Where are the people's needs greatest? What resources do we require? And how can all stakeholders participate in the development process and own it to protect and sustain it? This is an initiative that is very close to my heart and was developed out of sincere concern for our fellow Gambian citizens who have been suffering for far too long. It is a flagship program of my office, designed to swiftly address the socio-economic challenges faced by rural communities in the Gambia and to bring about unprecedented development strides. To achieve this, my government allocated $5 million or $250 million in 2020 national budget for the pilot phase of the park. The allocation covered providing potable water and labor-saving devices, expanding electricity supply, and improving livelihoods through various livestock breeds for milk production.
In its drive to create a more conducive environment for the youth of the country, the Barrow administration is always looking at ways of encouraging the young people of this country to engage in skills development. Earlier this month, President Barrow laid the foundation for the expansion of the Ndemban Skills Training Center in Fonyi Berefet, which includes the construction of a dormitory, staff quarters, and restaurant. The Ndemban TVET Center is an outpost of the Gambia Technical Training Institute. Unlike similar institutions in the rural parts of the country, it aims to equip young people with marketable skills to meet the high demand of skilled and technical labor in the country. President Barrow was later taken on a conducted tour highlighting some of the innovations and types of equipment produced by the GTTI. He was shown a remodeled solar-powered car and a digital remote starter garden irrigation system. On October 6, President Adam Barrow presented 2 new buses to the Council of the University of the Gambia Students' Union as a fulfillment of a promise he made to them. Handing over the keys to the student representatives, President Barrow called on them to maintain peace and stability for the country's development. The President urged the students to focus on their education to prepare themselves as better future leaders. He assured them of his government's commitment to education as a top priority.
It is a great pleasure and an honor to be part of this ceremony. This is a very, very important ceremony. As I always said, if you are elected as president, it's a social contract. And that's what we are trying to fulfill. But I cannot do it alone without the support of my team. Seize this opportunity to thank the Minister, Fire Education, Secretary General, and the Finance Minister for the support. But I want to assure the students that education is part of our top priorities as far as my government is concerned. It is evidence that we are doing everything possible to create a conducive environment for the students, not the university alone, but across the board, at every level. But don't allow people to use you. We want to maintain peace and stability in this country. If there is no peace, we cannot conduct this ceremony. If there is no peace, you cannot go to school. So it doesn't worth it. We belong to this country. We have nowhere. Wherever you go to, you will be a second-class citizen. This is the only country that you are first-class citizens, and that will not change. Let's make sure we protect this country. Let's make sure we nurture peace in this country. Let's make sure we come together, work together. It's not your size that matters. It's what you are able to do.
President Adama Barrow earlier this month received a special representative of the UN Secretary General for West Africa and the Sahel, His Excellency Mahamat Saleh Anandif, who was at the presidency to discuss initiatives geared towards ensuring a peaceful electoral process in December. Speaking on his meeting with the president, Mr. Anandif said that his discussions with the president centered on the upcoming elections. He added that his delegation would be meeting all relevant stakeholders to ensure that every party has the same agenda of conducting a peaceful electoral process. His Excellency Anandif also expressed his satisfaction with the peaceful nature in which the registration process was conducted. He said that 57% of women and 58% of youth registered to vote demonstrates the Gambian people's commitment to this democratic process. Viewers, before we wrap up this episode of the President's Diary, let's take a look at another groundbreaking ceremony that marked the beginning of the construction of the 50-kilometer urban roads project in the KM and the West Coast region as part of the infrastructural development ahead of the 2022 OIC summit to be held in the Gambia. President Barrow laid the foundation stone at Brufut and Bundung. The construction of the 20 urban roads is expected to significantly decongest traffic, create employment, and help boost local commerce.
This is a day we will all remember as another major milestone in the development process of the necessary infrastructure for the successful hosting of the OIC 2022. The occasion doubly strengthens our hopes for a better and up-to-date highway and a sustainable road network to facilitate movement and economic activities within the Greater Banjul area and the West Coast region. When completed, the project will vitally expand our urban road network to accommodate the increasing volume of road traffic, address the need for more effective road safety measures, and set up an efficient drainage system within the Greater Banjul area. It is obvious that the construction of good roads, where they are needed most, can boost commercial engagements and improve the image of urban settings. The development of these busy roads will solve the difficulties of school children, patients, business persons, and the numerous commuters who struggle daily to board the few vehicles that plow these congested areas. Through such projects, access to schools, hospitals, and other social amenities and services will be enhanced gradually throughout the country.
Viewers, this now brings us to the end of this episode of the President's Diary. And on behalf of the Media and Communications Unit at the Office of the President, we are saying a big thank you for the pleasure of your company. And do join us next month as we bring you more exciting episodes of this program. I have been your presenter, Zainab Fall. Thank you. Thank you.